Hello guys and welcome back. I am here to tell you an update on the eBay MC011 ban or restriction. I'm not banned yet. I'm still fighting and I will fight to the death. Before I start, can I get you guys to comment down below? And I don't want pointless comments because I'm going to issue that in this video as well. But can I have people who have actually got banned from this actual code and what they did next? Did they set up a new account? Can you set up a new account with the same bank details and obviously address and so on? Or do you have to have a new bank details? And because obviously I haven't got a clue what happens. Do they ban your account? Is it like when they ban your IP address and you just can't go on eBay anymore? What do they do? Let me know. Please, only if you've had this code and you've been banned. Okay. To follow up with the comments in yesterday's video, thank you for all the comments, by the way. I much appreciate all the nice comments saying I hope you get it sorted and so on and so on. But for the comments saying it's about Packlink, no, it's not. There's no such thing about eBay banning you because of Packlink. Right, you can see it on the screen now. There is no information of eBay banning people because they're not using their service. Other YouTubers, other resellers don't use Packlink. I don't. I use Parcel to Go. It's linked through eBay account, so anytime I get a sale, it goes straight to Parcel to Go. Then I choose what delivery service I want. Obviously, I track everything. I might have not done in the past. I might have missed out one or two, maybe when it's something like tiny, like something which was an envelope and I sent it second class, maybe. But 99.9% of the time I have actually tracked my items. The reason is because I don't want customers trying to pull a fast one. That is the main reason. So I track everything, and also they know when it's going to be there. I know when it's delivered, and that's what the little tick is on the item received. So yeah, to people who are saying about Packlink and it's to do with tracking, so on and so on, it's not. Even eBay have confirmed themselves that it's nothing to do with tracking, because thank you Cheryl, which is UK Vintage Reseller, she sent me a message saying go to Facebook and message eBay Business UK. They deal with business sellers and they will sort it out with you. That's what she uses. I did all that, Cheryl, and they said that your account's fine, that we cannot see anything in there that can damage you, but this is not our department, you know, so you will have to just abide by what they want you to do. So yesterday in the video, I actually hadn't sent a message to eBay themselves, you know, proving documentation, you know, whatever it was. I asked that woman on the phone and she couldn't explain anything because I couldn't understand her half the time. But also there was nothing where it said underneath what was wrong with my account. There was nothing. There wasn't no things like, oh, you need to prove your identity, so on and so on. You know, there was nothing. You saw it. I put it in the in a picture on the screen. So I just put, why have you banned my account? Why am I not receiving obviously payments? And I got an email back this morning saying, hello Jonathan, we have received your appeal for the eBay account and appreciate you taking your time to resolve any claims and provide tracking on all your buyers. I've already done that. I proved that one. That's all been sorted out. To allow us to continue to appeal with your review, we ask you please provide some additional information. Obviously eBay has different areas, you know. We have the ones we phone up, why can you get restrictions taken off, can you get that message removed, so on and so on, you know, them ones. These are the ones who actually are the payment ones. These are the ones that deal with our money. Documentations that show you purchased items recently listed on eBay. So they are looking at the items I recently listed. So it's nothing about doing stuff or no customer service or anything like that. Obviously, I told you the tracking's all provided. I proved it on an email of the tracking to the business part, which is fine. Documentation that will help us verify your items can include either manufacturer invoices or receipts. Unfortunately, we are unable to accept photos of items to fulfill your requirements. So basically, they don't want you sending photos of the item. That doesn't make any difference. That doesn't prove nothing. But I can send receipts. Obviously, if I'm with a company, I'm getting them sent to me, send invoices, so on and so on. So I messaged a well-known, obviously, YouTuber who's done stuff with eBay, and I messaged Retro Reseller. I messaged him privately on Instagram, and I told him about this, and he thinks it might be to do with the Nike items I pick up from the Nike outlet. So George, thank you. Obviously you must watch that video, so thank you for watching it. But it could be because there was a lot of fakes. It just seems a bit like I've been shopped in. I now I'm thinking about it, just feels like I've been shopped in. Remember last week about the Jellycat? Then I said there was a fake Jellycat on eBay, and I reported that as a fake Jellycat because it was fake, right? It was exactly the same one as I bought off TikTok, and I'm just having a feeling that somebody's reported, and somebody, maybe that person themselves, have reported my item, like maybe a Nike item or something like that, that it's fake. And they've basically saw I've got loads of them. Bit weird that is, because I've not had anything notified to me personally saying proof of receipts off of that item or anything like that. So maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking into it too deeply. But yeah, I've got to prove obviously receipts and invoices and whatever from my recent items. The documentation must show your supplier's information, items purchased, quality purchased, price per unit, and your payment information. So guys, the reason I'm doing these videos is obviously because I tell you everything, and I'm pretty worried if I'm going through this. Everybody who's watching this, if you haven't gone through this, you are going to have this once in your lifetime. In a way, this is just eBay backing themselves up to make their platform safer, which is understandably, yeah, you don't want to have people on there who are wrecking your, obviously, your business, which is eBay, selling dodgy stuff and all that. But like I said, I just gave them a fake Jellycat seller, and they just dismissed it through an AI robot. They didn't even bother. So I thought, you know what, sod you if you don't want to care, right? But they can come to me, who sells all sorts of things, who isn't a private seller. I remember I'm a business seller, right? I've had a loan, haven't I? So I'm a reputable person who obviously eBay trust, because obviously eBay are joint with this loan company for people who want to expand their businesses, so on and so on. And they're still coming for me. It doesn't make sense, does it? It really doesn't make sense. So anyway, they say, please fill in the information. There's a link down below. I'm not going to put the link because obviously it's personal. There's a link down below. Fill in the information, so on and so on. And it will take around about 3 days to sort out. I haven't been banned. I've just listed some things up now. I have also watched Big Owls, because he said go and watch his, because he's has done a video about that. And he said carry on listing. Don't just shut them off. Try and, you know, look like you still are interested in selling with the company, so on and so on. just provide as much information as possible. So after I received that email, obviously I went and logged on, clicked onto the link, and it came up with where I can download obviously pictures, documents, all the stuff that proves certain items are legit. And I did this. So if you do get this, maybe do this. I don't know, it might not work, but if it works, then obviously do this. I will do another video. If it does work, I'm going to do a full breakdown of how to get around this, right? But what I've done is I have sent my last month of bank statements. So that shows you obviously what I've spent. It shows you my address, my bank details, which obviously ties in with eBay, proof of me. It shows all what's the ingoings and outgoings, so it'll show parcel force on there. It shows charity shop buys because I only pay through my card. That's just a good way of proving to the obviously taxman that you are where you're buying stuff, because obviously you have a receipt, and then obviously I write down everything I buy. That's the way I do it. Also, it shows the purchases from the Nike store, which I went recently. That's in the statement as well. And also the auction, which I picked up things from. So they've got all the evidence in that way, showing it's coming out of my bank, which is me, and obviously my details. Also, to back myself up even more, I didn't want to just send the statements. Obviously that shows that I've bought some stuff, but it doesn't show what I have bought. So I also sent pictures of the latest auction things I've picked up, and also the Nike outlet store, what I picked up from there. So they've got enough evidence there for maybe them purchases. Obviously new stuff with tags, yes, it can be very dodgy and it could be fake, but this proves that I have bought it from Nike. You cannot get away with that, right? That is 100% legit. The only trouble is, what about car boots and charity shops? Yes, with charity shops, in the statements it shows obviously different obviously charity shops where I've bought it from, but there's no proof of what I've actually bought. You know, with charity shops you get a receipt, but it doesn't tell you what's on the receipt. It just seems all silly. This is what you're supposed to prove when you're doing your taxes and all that, you know, where proof of purchase and all that, not eBay doing this, you know. And obviously on the statement it'll show the, like I said, all the charity shops. So that's all I can do. With car boots, how can you prove that? How can you prove that? Well, underneath what pictures you can send is a comments part with 1,000 letters you can put in, and I literally got 997 letters in, and I wanted to write more but I couldn't fit it in. So on that I stated that basically everything I've just explained to you, saying these receipts are from Nike, proving that obviously they're real. The recent sales or listed items that I've put up are from auctions. Some of the things could be from charity shops, which are in my statements. The only trouble is car boot items, which I pick up because I am a reseller, is virtually impossible to prove what you pick up. But luckily for you, I do YouTube. So I document everything I do when I go to charity shops, car boots, auctions. I show people what I pick up, what I've sold, so on and so on. So you can look at my YouTube channel and go through all my YouTube videos, and it will show you what I pick up and where I pick up. I'm 100% legitimate businessman, and if I wasn't, I would have never got a eBay loan from you as well. So that proves that I am a trusted seller. That was all I've said because I couldn't say anything else. Obviously they only wanted stuff recently. They didn't say in the past, it said recently. So I gave them the last month of a bank statement. So I've showed things I bought recently, receipts, you know, and I always keep receipts. And I suggest if you do buy anything from outlets, say, keep the receipts. You need to keep them anyway because obviously if you're a legitimate person and you're not dodgy, you need all the receipts anyway to prove that you've bought the stuff, to pay your taxes and obviously do that. They wanted recent documents and obviously information, and I've gave it them. There's nothing else I can do. I've even gave them a YouTube channel proving of all the stuff. I mean, if anything, that shows more information than any receipt, any documentation, because it shows me picking up everything. Hopefully they look at my channel and see all the things that I do, and and I have always bigged up eBay. I've always said that eBay are the best. It's not, yeah, they frustrate us, the fees and that, but I've always stuck up for them, saying that they're the biggest platform. Without eBay, I don't think any of us would be resellers. I'm not being funny. People have said, oh, I don't use eBay and all that anymore. But for me, personally, I sell a lot more on eBay than any other platform. So without eBay, yeah, I'm in trouble. And I've had messages saying, yeah, you sell on a car boot. I'm not going to sell on car boots. I'm not that sort of person. I'm never going to sell on a car boot, right? I have a son, right? I have to look after him. I'm not going to go and get up at God knows whatever time in the morning and stay around for 12 o'clock on a Saturday, on a Sunday, do midweeks. I got to take him to school, you know what I mean? I'm a single parent. Selling online, you get proper prices for the items, what they actually are worth, and I haven't got a van. What am I going to do in a car? I wouldn't do that. I just wouldn't do that. If I wanted to do that, I would have been doing that from the start. Obviously, I've still got Vinted, but I do not make as much money on Vinted. It's nowhere near. Also, one of the things I forgot to tell you, what I put in the comments, obviously to eBay, was about the Nintendo Switch. Just in case I think, wow, you got a big sale there. And I don't know why that should affect it, because I've had bigger sales than that anyway. But I said, if you're looking at the Nintendo Switch sale, that is personal. That was my son's, and obviously I sold it. So yeah, that is also documented on a YouTube video, because you know me, I document everything. So hopefully they look at this channel. And eBay, if you are watching this video, you need to stop doing this to people who are legitimate business people. Focus on the people who are not legit, all the ones who are scamming people, all the ones that are selling fake goods, because I have helped you out and spotted a fake good seller, and you did nothing about it. You just fobbed me off, and yeah, you just came for me instead. So yeah, sort it out, because this is not good, because all you're doing is driving people away from your company and going to other places. Anyway guys, that is the end of the video. Like I said, leave your comments down below. You can have a big discussion. I will reply to some, but I'm not going to reply to them all, because a lot of them are repeated, like questions and all that lot. Like I said, if you have had an MC011 code, let me know what happened to you. How did it affect you? If you did get banned, did you set up another eBay account with obviously the same details, your same bank account, so on and so on? Because I want to know, because I haven't got a clue about that. Thank you guys for watching. If you are new, subscribe, like this video, share it so people know about this thing, and yeah, I will see you soon. Goodbye.